the smell is so horrific that you can hardly stand it. It chokes you when you go outside. And we've had to start using our air conditioning sooner in the year because of this, and it's just awful. And you may leave and come back, and one day we were unloading our groceries, and we just had to practically run to the house because it gets in your throat, and you have a tickling in your throat, and then you start coughing, and then later on you have a sore throat from this. And the smell gets so bad sometimes that our dogs, they whine, and we have to have 2 dog houses for each dog so they can, when the smell is so bad out of the southeast, that they can run to the other dog house and get out of the stench.
There are hundreds of peer-reviewed scientific papers paying attention to different aspects of the human health impacts of CAFOs and industrial food animal production. The combination of the impact on human health and on the health of our environment make it imperative that we develop very strict standards, limit the development of new CAFOs, call the integrators out on the issue that they leave the growers responsible for the waste, and they take away the profit from the birds or the swine or the cattle that have been produced by the growers.
We don't know what this is going to do to our health on down the line. They say that the effluents and the particles that are flying in the air can go into your throat and lungs and can cause you long-term problems. And Missouri will not admit to the fact that there is health problems, but Iowa has done several studies where they stated that they've got cases where they've got problems. And then the people that work in these facilities, lots of them have bronchitis and breathing issues, but they don't ever want to say that it's due to the facility.
In '97, we passed a health ordinance here. We were the third one in the state of Missouri to pass a health ordinance, and it was to try to have some input, to regulate these large CAFOs, to allow the people who are already here to maintain their quality of life better. Pretty much eliminate that option, which gets down to the health ordinance, which is under statute 192-300, and that is the only tool that local control has, in a county level to use to try to regulate these things at all. There is no other option, and that's the problem I see with the legislature in the last few years trying to strip this away from the county. They're even wanting to strip the nuisance laws off the books so you could have no recourse in court against devaluation of your property or what have you. It's about 70 foot from the creek and 38 foot deep, and you know, we're concerned about pollution coming down this creek, and of course it don't look like it today. It's pretty icy and cold, but there's times in the summertime that this creek looks pretty bad. And we actually had the conservation department come up here late last summer, early fall, and they was going to check these fish for contamination. They got in here at this site and went up this creek for quite a ways, and they never could find the fish. So they're gonna come back again, they tell us, but there's surely a reason why there isn't fish here. There always used to be.
And whose water supply is this?
This is the Purdon Rural Water District, and it furnishes water to about 1/3 of the population of Lynn County.
You can see how this one now coming below us sits right on a creek that feeds the Spring River watershed. You come over there and copy that off you? Right in the center where no trees are growing, that's where that sinkhole is. Look at all the erosion running towards that. The erosion's really terrible because most of this ground is a 10% slope or more, which DNR rules they aren't supposed to pump on that stuff. All these we've been sayings located within a 5-mile radius of our farm. We've still got more to go. Small operation there. I think we've got enough time to make it to the northern part of the county, and we'll show you Murphy's. We'll show you some big ones. It's all in Barton County still. You can't really tell. The DNR map doesn't show any of those. The ones we started out showing, why they're not even on the DNR map. Pretty impressive, huh? 17,500 sows operation. Class 1A from Bakery. Yeah, in these barns? No, 7,500, I think. This flight we just took was actually about a 16-mile or 30-mile radius altogether. I don't know how many CAFOs we've seen. I do know that we've seen over 10 within a 5-mile area where we took off. We went up and seen Murphy's and Synergy's, big Class 1As. Those are the only ones that are on the map. All the Class 2s that we've seen are not on any DNR map. And as you surely got an idea from the pictures, the area's just saturated with Class 2s. The Class 1As are impressive. They're hard to hide, so they are on the map. But otherwise, most of the small ones we looked at are not on the maps. Nobody has any idea it's saturated this bad.
This did not bring any jobs in. The one that's built 7/10 of a mile from Downing. Materials were not bought from this county. Scholar County is not receiving any of the taxes from this facility because it was built right in over the Scotland County line in Scotland County. The city of Downing and Scholar Counties having to absorb the cost for road upkeep. It's not manufactured any jobs at all. I'd say it's probably decreased the property value of a lot of the homes in Downing because it depends on where you live and what day it is, where the odor's going to be. I know I've had people come to me. Well, I was standing in line for a visitation in Downing, and I could smell hog manure. while I was standing in line for a visitation for a funeral. And I don't know that it's really, that hog confinement's done nothing for our county. But it's right on top of a city in the county. And I don't know that anyone who knows about CAFOs and knows the problems with CAFOs, I highly doubt would ever move into that town.